The Psychology of Money is not just a book about wealth, it is a deep exploration into how people think, behave, and make decisions about money. Written by Morgan Housel, this concept challenges one of the biggest myths society believes, that financial success is purely about intelligence, education, or technical knowledge. Instead, it argues that money is driven by behavior, and behavior is often emotional, irrational, and deeply personal. To understand this idea, imagine two people. One has a high IQ, a degree in finance, and access to the best resources. The other has average intelligence but strong discipline, patience, and emotional control. Who is more likely to build wealth over time? Most people would assume the first. But history shows that the second person often wins. Why? Because managing money isn't about knowing what to do, it's about actually doing it consistently, even when emotions try to take control. This is where the psychology begins. Money decisions are rarely made on spreadsheets. They are made in moments of fear, excitement, pressure, and comparison. Think about the last time you made a financial decision. Was it purely logical, or did emotions play a role? Maybe you bought something you didn't need. Maybe you avoided an investment because it felt risky. Or maybe you followed what everyone else was doing because it seemed safe. These are not isolated events, they are patterns. And understanding these patterns is the key to financial success. One of the most powerful ideas in this documentary is that everyone has a unique relationship with money. This relationship is shaped by personal experiences, upbringing, culture, and environment. Someone who grew up during financial hardship will think differently about money compared to someone who grew up in abundance. Neither perspective is right or wrong, they are simply different. But these differences influence decisions in ways we often don't realize. For example, a person who has experienced scarcity may prioritize saving and avoiding risk. They might hesitate to invest, even when opportunities are strong. On the other hand, someone who has always had financial security may be more comfortable taking risks, sometimes even excessive ones. Both behaviors can lead to problems if not balanced. The key is awareness, understanding why you think the way you do about money. Another critical concept is the idea of luck and risk. Society often celebrates successful people as if their outcomes were entirely earned. But the truth is more complex. Luck plays a role in success, just as risk plays a role in failure. Two individuals can make the same decision, yet experience completely different outcomes due to factors beyond their control. Recognizing this helps us stay humble in success and compassionate in failure. It also changes how we approach our own financial journey. Instead of trying to replicate someone else's path exactly, we focus on building a strategy that works for us. We accept that uncertainty is part of the process, and we prepare for it rather than trying to eliminate it entirely. One of the most misunderstood aspects of money is the difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich is what people see: luxury cars, expensive clothes, and visible success. Wealth is what people don't see: assets, investments, and financial security. The documentary emphasizes that true financial freedom comes from wealth, not from appearances. This distinction is crucial because many people spend their lives chasing the image of being rich rather than building actual wealth. They upgrade their lifestyle as their income increases, leaving little room for saving or investing. This creates a cycle where income grows, but financial stability does not. Breaking this cycle requires a shift in priorities from spending to investing, from appearance to substance. Saving money is often underestimated in today's world. It may not seem exciting, but it is one of the most powerful tools for building wealth. Saving is not just about accumulating money, it is about creating flexibility. It gives you the freedom to take opportunities, handle emergencies, and make decisions without desperation. In a world full of uncertainty, flexibility is a form of power. But saving alone is not enough. The real magic happens when saving is combined with investing. And at the heart of investing lies one of the most important principles: compounding. Compounding is the process where money grows exponentially over time, not linearly. It is often called the eighth wonder of the world because of its incredible impact. The challenge with compounding is that it requires patience. In the early stages, growth seems slow and almost insignificant, but over time, the results become extraordinary. This is where many people struggle. They expect quick results and lose patience when they don't see immediate gains. Understanding compounding means accepting that wealth is built over decades, not days. Patience, therefore, becomes a critical skill. It allows you to stay invested, avoid impulsive decisions, and let time do its work. Combined with consistency, patience can turn small actions into massive outcomes. Another key idea explored in this documentary is the importance of controlling your expectations. Many people set unrealistic financial goals, influenced by social media, peer pressure, or stories of extreme success. When reality doesn't match these expectations, they feel frustrated and discouraged. This often leads to poor decisions, such as chasing risky investments or giving up entirely. Instead, the documentary suggests focusing on reasonable, sustainable progress. Financial success is not about hitting one big jackpot, it is about making small, consistent improvements over time. This approach reduces stress and increases the likelihood of long-term success. One of the most dangerous forces in finance is comparison. In a connected world, we are constantly exposed to the lifestyles and achievements of others. This creates a sense of competition, even when it is unnecessary. We compare our income, our assets, and our progress to others, often without understanding their full situation. Comparison can lead to dissatisfaction, even when we are doing well. It pushes us to spend more, take unnecessary risks, and lose focus on our own goals. The documentary emphasizes that the only meaningful comparison is with your past self. Progress should be measured by how far you have come, not by how you compare to others. The role of ego is another important factor. Ego can make us hold on to bad investments, refuse to admit mistakes, or take risks to prove a point. It can cloud judgment and lead to decisions that are not in our best interest. Learning to separate ego from financial decisions is essential for long-term success. Flexibility and adaptability are also highlighted as crucial traits. The world is constantly changing, economies shift, industries evolve, and new opportunities emerge. A rigid approach to money can become outdated quickly. Being open to change, learning continuously, and adjusting strategies when needed are key to staying ahead. One of the most powerful lessons is that financial independence is not about having unlimited money, it is about having control over your time. The ability to wake up and choose how you spend your day is the ultimate form of wealth. This perspective shifts the focus from accumulation to freedom. It also redefines success. Instead of chasing numbers, we begin to value experiences, relationships, and personal growth. Money becomes a tool to support a meaningful life, rather than the goal itself. The documentary also explores the concept of margin of safety. This means building a buffer into your financial plans to account for uncertainty. It could be an emergency fund, diversified investments, or conservative assumptions. The idea is to prepare for the unexpected rather than being caught off guard. This approach reduces stress and increases resilience. It allows you to handle setbacks without losing stability. In a world where uncertainty is inevitable, resilience becomes more valuable than prediction. Another key takeaway is the importance of long-term thinking. Short-term fluctuations are inevitable in markets and in life, but focusing too much on the short term can lead to emotional decisions that harm long-term results. By maintaining a long-term perspective, we can stay calm during volatility and make better decisions. Discipline plays a central role in this process. It is not about making perfect decisions every time, it is about sticking to a plan and avoiding major mistakes. Over time, avoiding big losses is just as important as achieving gains. The documentary also addresses the idea that more money does not always lead to more happiness. Beyond a certain point, the relationship between money and happiness becomes less direct. What matters more is how money is used, whether it creates freedom, reduces stress, and supports meaningful experiences. This perspective encourages a more balanced approach to wealth. It reminds us that money is a means, not an end. As the documentary comes to a close, it reinforces a powerful message. Financial success is not about being the smartest person in the room. It is about understanding yourself, your emotions, your behaviors, and your tendencies. It is about building habits that support long-term growth and avoiding decisions that can derail progress. The journey to financial independence is not easy, but it is achievable. It requires patience, discipline, and a willingness to learn. It requires accepting uncertainty and focusing on what you can control. Ultimately, the psychology of money teaches us that the most important investment we can make is in our own mindset. Because once we change the way we think about money, we change the way we live our lives. And that is where true wealth begins.